Hey everybody, so I have got, yesterday I shot 3 videos and let me show you here. Actually I shot 3.5. I ran out of film on the last one, the memory. Um, so I made this Mookaite point here, a little corner notch. If I can get the zoom in as I sit there. I made this little corner notch, made this Aggie point, and I made this table rock, and I started on this little Mookaite point right here. And anyways, these points came out very nice. I just the audio is so bad. I moved the microphones away a little ways, and not only does it have that higher treble sound to it that the microphone has, but it has the sound would come in and out. It wouldn't start when I was starting, and it's just not very good. I've released a little quick clip video saying if you guys wanted me to go ahead and release them anyways, I would, but you just have to let me know. I really hate to put them out there, so I'm not sure if I will or not. But I mean, you can watch and see what's going on. Maybe turn the volume off. Just might not bother some people. That drove me nuts. But anyways, I have all these on video. They're now in the vault. They'll probably stay there forever, but we'll see. Anyways, if y'all been watching very long, or back towards the beginning, and you know I've got several of these pickle jars full of preforms and bifaces and things, little bifaces, and they're all about like this, right? And like this one, and this one, just all little preforms, and I've got quite a few of them. There's a little piece of Burlington. But anyways, they're all at different stages. Like this one don't really need much at all. Just needs some pressure flaking, cleaning up, maybe a few indirect strikes, but mostly pressure flaking. And I shot those 3 videos because I hadn't intended on shooting any videos for a few days. But here we are with no videos to release. So I thought I would come out here and attempt to shoot one. Everything went so well yesterday. I believe I completed everything I napped, and I didn't nap everything on video, but I messed around with a few other things, not to completion, but just fooling around with them. But anyways, we will fool around with this and see what happens. Zoom in here a bit. I should be able to stay in focus. I moved my Wi-Fi booster out here to the rock shop. So out of the leather shop and out here, and it got rid of some of the lag. I still have some lag in my monitor screen over there, but sometimes it falls behind a few minutes and it'll catch up real quick. But like right now, it's just a few seconds behind. I am looking at a new microphone to order. Um, Honestly, I'm completely lost and have no idea which one to order. They all seem to have all these little microphones, and the reviews all seem to talk about having that little problem with the having that trebly sound. So maybe you can get rid of that in the editing. I'm not sure, but I don't edit, so I most definitely don't have time for that right now. Doesn't mean I won't ever edit, but piece is thinning out pretty good. I need to get this bases. Thin as I can, so I don't run into a problem notching it. See if I can do something here to help thin this base a bit. I'm not worried about this upper part because we're gonna be doing a bunch more pressure flaking on it. It's probably gonna get pretty thin anyways. Or thin enough anyhow. Oh, my bad. Well, she got narrow quick, didn't she? Uh, okay. Got narrow quick. It's all it takes, just one little hit there, and what are we gonna make now? Because that did get pretty narrow, pretty doggone fast. When you get that narrow, yeah, I got a major lag in my monitor now for some reason or other. And it's something to do with Starlink. Um, in this area, I guess, because my sister's having problems down there at her place too. So it's not just me. I think they have too many people in the system for the number of satellites that they have over the area. Which is unfortunate because that's how the rest of the satellite internet things we've had out here before have been. A new company comes in and gets started and blah, 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 blah. Everything's great. And then they overload the system and then that's it. She's a pretty little point anyways. I was just trying to figure out. Apparently this thing started over again. Doggone it. I don't understand why it did that. I was just trying to figure out what to make here. And I'm going to have to patch these two pieces together. And unfortunately, the sound's probably not going to work. I had to rethink this a bit because it's so narrow. I had to kind of figure out what it is that I could make. Oops. Lost her point. All right, I need to sharpen this dude up. I've more or less decided on making a Daryl point. And that was solely on looking through here and looking at what my preform looked like and deciding that that's what I'm going to make. Which is just a small stem point. The bases are straight and maybe a little bit concaved. Let's see here. Gone down to whack, ain't we? Just a bit. No, this still ain't right. It's better. That's a little bit better. Went down to my brother-in-law's for dinner last night, and my nephew Connor has become quite the barbecuer. He made pork ribs on the smoker, and tell you what, I ate those with no sauce, no nothing on them. They were just fantastic, just the way they were right out of the smoker. They were delicious. That boy is definitely getting better and better and better at that smoking meat. That's a little too much of a convexity. So knock those off there a little bit and take some of that out. I don't know if I gave you guys an update on Monty or not, but in another video I had mentioned that Monty got ran over by a truck, and that ran right over his back end, and he was in pretty rough shape. And I really didn't even want to lift him up, put him in the truck, and I couldn't see any kind of physical, actual external physical injuries to him, and I couldn't tell that anything was broken. I did have a question about whether or not there was a hip broken or any of that stuff, but I wasn't sure. Well, boy, this the whole screen on this dark. I'm not sure exactly why. Wait a minute. Yeah, I don't know what's happening with that. Maybe the battery's going dead on that thing. I'm not sure. The problems I've been having with electronics and like the microphones, and the microphone really is more trouble than it's worth. Problem is that I have to have the saw running, and can't do that with the without a microphone. Otherwise, all you hear is a saw. Now looking at the pictures, these did have some serrations on them. Some of them, the serrations look finer than others. But they do look finely serrated. Looks deadly, that's for sure. If you're using a tool like this, you got to make sure you keep the burrs knocked off of it. Otherwise, instead of making micro serrations, you're just going to make a mess. And if you're like me, then you still might make a mess anyways. Anyway, so Monty's doing okay. He's actually went to meet me down the driveway a little ways this morning. There was over at the neighbors helping with the fence and or the gate, and he didn't make it all the way down the driveway like the rest of the dogs did, but he did make it part of the ways. And he's laying out here around the other dogs now, so he's got a lot of healing to do still, but he's getting better. I expect here in the next few days he'll be probably making an appearance again. Those of you that don't know Monty, he was one of the, we rescue, I guess you can say rescue. We rescue a lot of dogs, seems like, and for some reason. And Monty was one of those dogs. He was one of 4 puppies that I had rescued off the side of the road. Someone had dumped a while back. And of course, they all had parvo when I picked them up. And I done my best. I had them at the vet. Matter of fact, Monty and Grizz both, which I still have those 2 of the puppies. One of them died. One of them I gave away before I knew they had parvo. I had given them parvo shots, but it already had parvo when they took it, and it had died. And I was only able to save the 2 of the 3 that I had left. But anyways, there's our point. It is a Daryl point. I will bring the book over. They, of course, were not made out of Mookaite. Apparently, very few points, if any, were. Apparently, Aboriginal type people in Australia, they mostly use bone and wood and things like that more than stone. And what little stone they did use, I don't think they liked Mookaite much. But anyways, this is it. We're smaller than that one, but they're very narrow stem point. Let's see. Location, Texas to Oklahoma. Description of small to medium-sized, slender, triangular, expanded to parallel stem point. Some have a distinct bevel on one side, right of each shoulder. Shoulders are tapered to weakly barbed. Yep. That's it. There's a piece. It is slightly expanding. This one is not expanding. It says neither is this one. It says an expanding base, and some of them do expand slightly, but there's some more on this side, more along the sides of this here. But that's it. They do get pretty short too. Anyways, there's our Daryl point. Hopefully the audio and video work on this. And I believe my monitor has died. So, all right, y'all have a great day, and we'll see you on the next one. Keep napping.